Hi friends, welcome to Aishudiy. Today we will learn how to make this cute ring. So this is a Pinterest inspired project. So I made this with 22 gauge wire and 11 seed beads, and this one is with 8 seed beads and 20 gauge wire. So you can see the difference how it looks. Um, you can stack these rings. It will look pretty if you stack it. So you can stack those rings. You can make it in different colors, and if you change the size of the beads, the look completely is different. The look changes. So for this one I used parawire 20 gauge vintage bronze, and for this one I used bead smith wire, which is 22 gauge, which is hard wire. It's not soft like parawire, so it's a little bit it holds its shapes more than the other one. So I'm going to use this pink seed beads for this project, and I'm going to use it in this color because this color is very subtle and it has a little bit of a bronze and gold to it. I like it. I would prefer silver for the pink, but this is what I have in 22 gauge, so I'm using that. So let's cut ourselves. First we don't have to straighten the wire per se because we are going to do a loop kind of a thing, but approximately we need 4 inches of wire. So I am just going to approximately cut myself 4 inches of wire. If it's a little bit more, never a problem, but it's not good to have less. So that's that. We will keep our wire separately now that we have our wire. First of all, the tools wise, we need a bench block, a chasing hammer, round nose pliers, needle nose or flat nose pliers, wire cutters, and if you need nylon job pliers, that's all you need. So first I have this U. I'll go ahead and make a wrap loop. So I'm just going to make a loop. See this loop that we see here, whatever size you want it, you can make that. So I want it rather big than small, so I am doing it this way, and there we go. And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to wrap it around the wire. So you can do how many wraps you want. It's totally your choice. There is no rhyme or reason that you should have less or more. It is just a design preference. And you can also substitute this beads. I'm using seed beads, but you can also substitute this beads with different beads, like whatever beads you have, crystals, small ones. Small and dainty is the project, so you can make it bold and big too. It's not a problem. So I'm just going to flatten this loop on my bench block. It's going to be a little bit loud. I apologize for that. So I'm just keeping this at the edge so that I don't crush the loops that I made. So I'm just keeping it at an edge, and I'm just going over and tapping it. Okay, now that it has flattened, let me see if it focuses. Yep, it has flattened. Now we shall move to load our seed beads on this. So just pick up all your seed beads. This is a pretty pink. You can also add a small daisy spacer or a round metallic spacer if you want, but I like this ring simply just the beads. That's more than enough for me. It's just my design preference for this ring, guys. So I don't I would always jazz it up with something else, some other crystal or spacers normally. But so I took 4 inches of wire for this project. You can take 5 or 6 inches of wire if you are planning to do a bigger ring. My ring size is 8, so 4 inches of wire is plenty for me to do an 8 size 8 ring. So if you have a smaller wrist, you can take lesser wire, and if you have bigger wrist, then you can take a longer wire than 4 inches. So it depends upon the size of the ring. So if you have, it's not mandatory, but if you have, you can have a ring mandrel for this project. If you don't have a ring mandrel, you just have to see your wrist size and pick up any object around your house which has a round, like this bottle which has a round shape, and it measures your ring size. So whichever you prefer is good. If you have a ring mandrel, then the ring mandrel is a good thing to have. So I have here a plastic ring mandrel. So at this point of time, I'm just going to put this over here, and then I'm just going to force this earring around, and then see if it won't hold its shape much, but then you can see if this beads is enough. I think it is enough to make. And then I just put the end. So first of all, I'm just going to turn this straight. Okay, and now I'm just going to put this inside this loop. Because it's a little bit hard wire, it's tough to put this in. And then you can make it into a U. As you can see, I just put it inside, and then I will put it in the mandrel and come to the space that I want and see if it is the right size. If it's not, it's actually coming to size 9. So if you want to take a couple of beads off, you can take and then adjust it. But I just want to okay, so we can take a couple of seed beads, but I just want to keep it this way. I'll put it in the middle finger of mine. So we have this much space for us to come back and wrap around the loop. Just bring this over just like that, and I'm going to make a wrap. Just going to hold this loop with my round nose pliers and wrap it. It might be a little bit hard because it's a 22 gauge wire. It's not that hard, but you can use your pliers to do the job of wrapping for you. Once you're about here, all you need to do is tuck in the tail. Make sure it comes above and not inside so that it doesn't poke your fingers. So that's the thing you need to make sure. And make sure while you're tucking the tail, don't hold on to any seed beads, otherwise the seed might break. I did it in one of my rings. I broke the seed bead actually. So Just make sure it's far away. And you don't want it to be very tight because it's a cylindrical shape, you guys. So if you put like a lot of seed beads and make this really tight, then it might not have the ability to be very flexible. So here we go. Our loop is done. Make sure the loop is facing perpendicular to the there we go, to the bigger loop that we made here. Okay, now it's all done. Now you can put it in your ring and then size it a bit, and as I suggest, you put it around your finger. There is still a short tail left. Make sure that you tuck in the tail, otherwise it might poke your hands, your fingers, or it might pick on the jewelry or dress that you're wearing. I mean, yeah, this is a jewelry, so pick on the dress that you're wearing. So just make sure you tuck it in properly. There we go. So here is my ring. It's a little bit big, but I really like it. So, and let me see in this. And then you can do like whichever size you want. You can wear them or you can stack them. You can do pretty much anything, whichever you like to. And then you can make a lot of rings like this and then wear it in all fingers. And you can see if you change the size of the ring, size of the beads, the look completely changes. And if it is not, just put it around a round object and get it to a round shape. That's it. Or you can put it in the mandrel again, and then yes, just leave it there for some times and it should be round. So I hope you guys like this video. If you do, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel. Have a good day. Bye bye. Thank you so much for watching. Hit the bell icon for notification, guys. Bye.